Donna Richards' claim that Diddy attacked Cassie with a skillet of eggs. On Friday, former Danity Kane member Dawn Richards took the stand, and she recalled the time that back in 2009 at Diddy's LA home when he had attacked Cassie with a skillet full of eggs. She said he came downstairs asking where his phone was and he threw her to the ground. He attempted to kick her, she fell to the ground and went into the fetal position, literally trying to hide her head. In addition to striking Cassie with the skillet, Dawn said that Diddy put his arm around the singer's neck and took her upstairs before she heard glass breaking. And Dawn had said, "I was scared for her, I was scared to do anything." And this morning, defense began cross-examination of Dawn Richards. Defense began a line of questioning, an attempt to undermine Richards' testimony about Diddy hitting Cassie with the skillet. Defense asked if Richards' allegations have changed over time. In a letter sent to Diddy, defense said that Dawn had alleged that she heard a pan hit the wall, but she didn't see the pan. And Dawn said that she did not recall what the defense was referencing. The defense questions to Dawn were suggesting that she had told different versions of the 2009 incident, including one that simply had Diddy throwing eggs at Cassie. Then defense went as far as to remind Dawn that she's under oath and then asked if she's changed her story over time. And Dawn responded, "I said the best that I could recall."
And I keep hearing that Cassie's a terrible witness, that she's inconsistent, that she's emotional, that she somehow is lying, and because of her, the case is cooked, right? That Puffy is just going to walk out of the courtroom a freed man, case closed, easy, done. And I really need people to stop because you don't understand how the feds work, right? I tell my alleged pharmaceutical distributors that the feds, unlike local police, right? Local police are going to watch you do one hand-to-hand transaction, and they're going to make an arrest. The feds, they're going to watch you for years. They're going to watch thousands of transactions. They're going to send in to CIs. They're going to gather evidence. I remember one of my clients, they zoomed in on his mole hairs just in case he tried to say it wasn't him. I've seen it over and over again. They're going to do their due diligence before they come knocking on your door. So let me break it down. What is Puffy facing? They've charged Puffy with federal racketeering charges, right? So what the government is saying is that he didn't just commit crimes.
Everybody drop your city in the chat. Everybody drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop popcorn emojis in the chat also. And hit the thumbs up button. We are at it. We have Dawn Richards on the stand. We're about to talk about all of that. I got the tweets. We about to get into it. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at.
He ran an entire enterprise that committed crimes. Bad Boy Records, for instance. And to prove that, the prosecutors have to show that there was a criminal enterprise, that crimes like trafficking, coercion, sex trafficking, or money laundering happen regularly. Trying to blow up cars, right? And that Puffy didn't just help direct them, but he also may have benefited from them, right? And so that's where Cassie comes in. Cassie is not their main witness. They never put the best witness first or the most prominent witness first. She's not the grand finale. She's just the opening act. She's going to show, or she's shown, the control, the manipulation, the intimidation, how he moved, and who he surrounded himself with, and how people got pulled into this whole enterprise. She's painting him as the puppet master. He's the guy that's pulling the strings without always getting his hands dirty. And so as you sit back and as the jury sits back, they're thinking, okay, if he's the puppet master, what were these puppets out there doing? And that's where the next witnesses are going to come in. They're going to build on Cassie's testimony. They're going to walk the jury through all the specific crimes. So the actual trafficking, the cover-ups, the violence. And because Cassie laid the emotional foundation, the rest of the puzzle is about to come into focus, right?
Because Cassie laid the emotional foundation. The problem with that is she did not lay the emotional foundation because she didn't even say anything. In 5 whole days, Cassie didn't say a word that disparages Diddy. So she did not lay the emotional foundation because she didn't say nothing.
So this case, where you can look at it is, yeah, Cassie's that foundation, but really she's just one little puzzle piece. And one of those puzzles that has thousands of puzzle pieces for that Panameric puzzle that you get at the end. And of course, if you're just looking at that one puzzle piece, you don't know what the whole picture is. Yeah, we have an idea of what Puffy's facing. We have no clue what the full picture is. And so I also want people to kill this Perry Mason fantasy. There's no dramatic I got you moment in real trials, right? What Cassie's saying, her testimony, it's not a surprise. The prosecutors are not surprised. The defense is not surprised. Both sides have done interviews, the repositions, read through statements. They've done their prep work. Everyone in the courtroom already knows what's probably going to come out of her mouth, right? And don't get me wrong, Puffy has a strong theme. These lawyers do not play. These are some serious defense attorneys, Young Thug's attorney, Mark Avenfinio, Tini Gregorios, Brian Steele.
All right, let's get to something else. He's boring me. All right.
Court is officially back in session and things are heating up. Dawn Richard is back on the stand, and what she's saying. Dawn, former Identity Game member and also part of Diddy's Dirty Money group, told the jury that you didn't just witness violence once. She saw it frequently. Punches, choking, slaps to the mouth, allegedly all directed at Cassie. She said Cassie often had bruises on her arms, face, and legs. And y'all, there's even a photo where the jury saw Dawn, Cassie, and Kalina Harper all wore sunglasses in public to cover Cassie's injury and stand in solidarity. That was 2009. And get this, Dawn says that she once saw Diddy punch Cassie in the stomach at a restaurant in front of industry folks. Later, when Cassie said he embarrassed her, he allegedly grabbed her neck and slapped her again right there in the car. The jury's reactions, stone cold silence, and this is just the beginning of Dawn's testimony. What do you think? Are the dominoes falling faster now? Drop your take in the comments and follow for the next whisper-worthy update.
Why did you do the freak-offs? And her answer is, yes, at the time I wanted to make him happy. But then they start to pull out the text messages. I'm so horny. OMG, I was going to text you the same thing.
Yeah, she was.
Diddy says, I can't wait. I can't wait either. She's just trying to make him happy, though. They're talking about people recording sex acts. Cassie sends an email to Diddy, says, do you have any bullets on you? Cassie, I thought that you were just being fed the cigars, just being stuffed these cigars in you. Did you want them? He decides, I'm going to do it again. And she says, I just deleted the video off my camera. It was so dope. What video is on your camera? What are you capturing? And then we have another text message. And this one I think is really good because it shows that Cassie was really looking for a pot at the end of the rainbow, a golden pot. In order for me to be more open with the things we do in bed, I need to feel safe. I want to go deeper into it. Home, like this is my husband. And this is the only man that will ever have this aggressive bullshit side of me when we used to.
So I'm about to read the tweets of Dawn Richards, and I got some more video to share with y'all. So everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. I got a lot of information.
The freak-offs. And her answer is, yes, at the time I wanted to make him happy. But
and so everybody hit the like button, and let's get to these tweets, and we'll get into these videos. These videos are extremely interesting. We talked about Tisa a minute ago. We're going to talk about something else. All right. So here are the tweets. Dawn Richards is on the stand. The government, did you see Mr. Combs using drugs? Everybody drop popcorn emojis in the chat. Drop popcorn emojis in the chat. Drop popcorn emojis in the chat. Felicia says, hey, is it true that her mother is going to be testifying? If so, the defense could try to point her as a bad mother. I would love for them to put her on the stand, because in a lot of these situations where young girls get caught up in these relationships with older guys, it's because that they lack guidance from their parents. So if her mother is bold enough to go on stand, I would love to talk about that and to see what she has to say, because her mother and father is the reason why she's in this situation. If they would have raised her better and not to be this little hoe trying to come up on rich dudes, she would not be in this situation that she is in. So I hope that's true. All right. So government, Sean Combs, was he using drugs? Dawn Richard, yes. Weed, ketamine, Molly, cocaine. Government, opiates, Dawn Richard, that I never saw. Government, who brought him the drugs? Dawn Richard, one stop, he had it all, including Plan Bs and birth control. One stop, apparently it's a dealer. Okay, that's it for that. Okay. Don Richard, I asked myself, if he did that to someone he's supposed to have loved, what do you do to an employee? So I did approach Mr. Combs with softness. Government, did you try to intervene with the relationship? Don Richards, no, for my own safety. Of course, she's talking about what's up, Angie. Of course, she's talking about when Diddy allegedly accosted Cassie in the living room or in the kitchen. Nickname of a person who Don Richard testified sold drugs to Combs and his entourage. That was one something. One stop. One stop. Yeah, that's the nickname. Who is that? Who is one stop? Yes. Okay. Extra. This is just extra. As Combs' second day lawyer from Georgia, Nicole. Okay, as Combs' second, I don't know what he's saying. Second lawyer from Georgia, Nicole Westmoreland grills Dawn Richard over her 3,500 material, which is notes from interviews with prosecutors, have to wonder if the defense might have taken this same approach to cross-examining Cassie, maybe decided to go softer. In other words, what they're saying is, why were they so soft on Cassie but so hard on Miss Richard? Well, that's simple. Cassie is pregnant. Like, you don't turn around and start grilling a person that's 9 months pregnant. They could turn around and have the baby right there in the courtroom. So yeah, I can understand that. But Dawn Richard, Friday, she came with the she went crazy. So go crazy with her. All right. Dawn Richard, sporadic. What? Hold on. I'm trying to find out what sporadic meant. Let me back up a little bit. Okay. Westmoreland. Westmoreland is Combs' other lawyer. You sued for money, right? Dawn Richard said, no, I sued for justice. Okay, justice. Justice must be her kid. Y'all women are hilarious. Westmoreland, that is the Diddy's lawyer, Westmoreland. But the suit asked for money, right? The lawsuit asked for money, right? Don Richard, yes. Westmoreland, no further questions. Judge, Miss Slavic. Government. Now you got the judge and then you got the prosecution. So they're going back and forth. So when I say government is a prosecution, when I say a name, it's Diddy's lawyers. All right. So government, no redirect, which means they don't want to come in and start asking questions. Combs, Donaldson, break. Damn, they just got here. The judge, okay. If we can support. Okay. All right. So they come back from break. Dawn Richards' civil lawsuit includes charges of forced labor. I believe that's why she just answered as to no sleep. I'm just reading these tweets, y'all. I don't know what she answered. I don't know. No sleep. I don't get it. What? You had a job though to say I don't feel I can do this job. I don't know. I don't know what. I'm just reading these tweets. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Okay. U.S. versus Sean Combs. Week 2 begins with judge ruling on scope of Don Richards' testimony. Then Carrie Morgan. Carrie Morgan is actually, excuse me. Carrie Morgan is actually, I think that's going to be a good witness, is Cassie's best friend. Carrie Morgan's seen everything just like Cassie did. And she may tell the truth. you know, because Cassie was up there lying. Let's see. You are government. Why did you reach out to Mr. Combs? Don Richards, one of the judge on making the band. Okay, I guess she says I was one of the judges on making the band. I don't know. Oh no. One of the judges on making the band, Lorian Gibson, I wanted to reach out. Combs Westmoreland, which is Combs' attorney. Objection. Judge sustained, which means sustained means we accept your objection. Your objection. Overruled means shut the hell up. All right. How often would you hear from Mr. Combs after you left Dirty Money, Diddy's group, Dirty Money? Richard said sporadic. Government, why did you reach out? Don Richard, to help Kalina Harper. Kalina Harper is the other member of Dirty Money. It's two of them. All right. Government, no further questions. Combs Westmoreland, may we have a brief conference at the bench, which is called a sidebar. When the lawyers come up to talk to the judge where nobody can hear, that is called sidebar. Sidebar ensues. So that is the tweets for now. Let me see if there's more tweets. Okay, so apparently they went on a break already, but it is 11:47. So, but they didn't get nothing really done. But let's get to these videos. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button.
Today, the lawyer was asking Cassie questions, and she asked her about some incident where Diddy stole Cassie's phone.
This is day 5, but this is some interesting information that I want to comment on.
And took off. The lawyer asked Cassie, did Diddy make any phone calls with your phone? And she's like, I don't know, but I think so. The lawyer asked her, was the person that Diddy called the person in the NFL that you had the affair with? But they didn't say who it was.
So this is another example of, and I know Diddy is a terrible person, right? I'm not, anything I say about Cassie does not mean I'm taking up for Diddy. I'm looking at Diddy as one entity and Cassie as another entity. I think Cassie is a terrible person, just like Diddy is a terrible person. So they both are terrible people. All right. So with all that being said, here's my problem with Cassie. I personally look at Cassie as the ops, just like I do Diddy, because in my mind, she agreed to take the stand in order to help free Diddy. Virtually everything that she said for 5 days of being on the stand, she self-defecated verbally and made herself look bad. Like, think about this. Don Richard came up, and for the first 15 minutes of being on the stand, she literally talked about an incident in the kitchen where Diddy allegedly started jumping on Cassie with a damn frying pan over some eggs. Think about that. In 15 minutes, Don Richard said that. Did Cassie say anything for 5 days in any kind of way of that sort? Absolutely not. So that tells me that is a possibility that Cassie is literally working for Diddy. She got paid what? 8-figure settlement, $20 million, and then she got $10 million more 3 days before she went on the stand. So could it be that Diddy pulled some strings to get, not pay, to get, in other words, to facilitate another $10 million payment to Cassie right before she took the stand? And we're supposed to believe that Cassie isn't in on this also? I think Cassie is a co-conspirator to all this stuff. and I'm going to prove it. So, therefore, I'm looking at whatever Cassie says at her being a co-conspirator. Dawn Richards gets kicked out of court instantly after actually giving out pertinent information that nobody has heard, even though it happened. It happened to Cassie. Cassie didn't say nothing. Everybody drop your city in the chat. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. And drop popcorn emojis in the chat. She admitted that she didn't. Okay, so the reason why Cassie literally did not say anything. I mean, the reason why Cassie stayed with Diddy for so long, according to everything that Cassie said, she did not want to lose her spot that she worked so hard to obtain with Diddy. She wanted to be with Diddy. She wanted Diddy to marry her. She wanted to have a baby with Diddy, and she was willing to do anything to get that. That does in no way looks like she is a victim. She had something to gain, or she had something to maintain. So how is she a victim? Now, here's some information that I got from Tisa Tales. Even though I went off on Tisa Tales, I got love for Tisa Tales, and I just needed to correct her because she was out of line. When somebody's out of line, we, correct them. Okay. So Tisa Tales said, shout out to her. She admitted, there's somebody named Clayton Howard. So this is important. There's a escort named Clayton Howard. Clayton Howard has said, he has not taken a stand, but he gave a statement to the feds, apparently. Clayton Howard said Cassie used to abuse him. I'll say it again. Clayton Howard has said Cassie was abusing him during those FO times. Cassie moved up or wanted to move up in the ranks by becoming Diddy. See, the one thing Cassie had on her side was Diddy being this terrible tyrant. Nobody else was a terrible tyrant except for Diddy. So she's like, I see an angle. And Gina wasn't a terrible tyrant. Kim Porter wasn't a terrible tyrant. J-Lo wasn't a terrible tyrant. It was just Diddy, right? So what Cassie actually devised, because she's a little whore, and she devised a plan, she said, I'm going to be just like Diddy. So Diddy, what's going on, June? So Diddy literally became a baby Diddy. So when Diddy would abuse her, she would take that abuse out on the escorts and abuse the escorts. And we already know she not only abused the escorts, she threatened to unalive the escorts when they didn't do right. So what does all this mean? Cassie is not innocent. That's what it means. And anybody on social media that is trying to bust their butts to prove Cassie is a victim, they are not paying attention to what's going on. All right. So Clayton Howard said Cassie was abusing him. Cassie was a role player. She was a fun girl and a fun girl only. That's all she was. That's all she really, you want to get out of a scenario where somebody views you as a fun girl and you want to be somebody's wife. It's a little difficult to do when you spend how many years being a fun girl, and then later on you want to be somebody's wife. You let this man slut you out for almost a decade, and now you want to be somebody's wife. That is not how it works. That is not how it works. So let's keep going.
And she just said, I don't think he's in the NFL anymore. She didn't say yes or no. So the lawyer says when Diddy found out, he was jealous, right? And Cassie said yes. So then the lawyer asked, wasn't there a time that you were dancing with somebody in the industry and Diddy took your phone again? And Cassie said, I don't remember.
Now remember, the reason why Diddy is taking her phone is because she keeps cheating on Diddy. And I'm not saying Diddy is a victim, but I'm just letting y'all know that she keeps cheating on Diddy. That's why he keeps stealing her phone. He'll grab her phone and run down the street with her phone and start looking through it because she keeps cheating on him.
Diddy's lawyer was like, wasn't it Chris Brown? Cassie said, no, I wasn't dancing with Chris Brown. Diddy's lawyer pulls up a picture of Cassie and says, wasn't this from 2013? Cassie said, oh, I see.
I don't remember.
So after this photo is shown, Diddy's lawyer says, I'm going to play you an audio. She said, I want you to listen to this. So she played the audio. Everybody in the courtroom heard it. They said people's heads were turning. They heard the audio and were like... So the audio was Cassie asking somebody, you saw a video of someone blanking me? Who?
So right here is proof, because I'm showing proof. This is proof that Cassie became Diddy. She was abusing and threatening the escorts like she was Diddy, like she had Diddy's power.
Was blanking me. She said, you have the video, so why didn't you show me? And she said, I'm not disrespectful, bro. And then she proceeded to say, if you don't show me, I will kill you. I will cut you up. The audio continues. And Cassie says, I will effing kill you. She said, I have never killed anyone in my life. I will fuck you up. She said, it's not going to be blood on my hands. It's going to be on someone else's. I'm going to get someone else to do it. Stop playing with me. And then she said, tell me. So then the audio's over and Diddy's lawyer's like, that was you in that audio, right? And Cassie goes, yes. So then after all that, Diddy's lawyer asked Cassie, do you still take Suboxone? So they just went through a bunch of stuff, and then they were talking about Kim Porter's funeral, where Diddy said that
and I know we talked about this, but I'm leading you somewhere.
Kim Porter was his soulmate, and I guess this greatly upset Cassie. She stopped talking to him after that. And then Diddy found out Cassie was pregnant.
So this little person in the chat keeps saying little dumb shit in the chat, right? And you're welcome to say dumb shit in the chat. I'm not mad at you. But this person says, I sold out. Let me ask you, I sold out to who? And how am I selling out? So you're welcome to share your opinion in the chat, because I want to like to know, how is this me selling out? Diddy is so guilty. How much did you get? See, I'm not even going to call you names because you don't know. I literally said in this live stream that Diddy is guilty. Diddy is a piece of crap. But also Cassie is guilty and Cassie is a piece of crap. So they both are a problem. The only reason why we're talking about Cassie is because her stupid ass got up on the stand lying and making herself look dumb in front of her husband. See, I'm for family, right? And for this idiot to go up here and talk about letting dudes pee in her mouth and all this crazy shit, you're embarrassing your own husband, ma'am. You have his baby in your stomach. Like, why are you saying all this shit? And some of y'all may say she was subpoenaed. Actually, she was not. And I'll say this. If she was, because I'm not going to say she wasn't. If she was, she could have easily gotten out of the subpoena. There's a way to get out of any type of jury duty or subpoena. The only way you can't get out is if you are on trial and you committed a crime. But if you did not commit a crime, you do not have to fulfill the subpoena. There's ways to say, hey, I'm pregnant. Hey, I don't want to be on the stand talking about this crazy shit, and I'm about to have a baby in 2 weeks. So she chose to do this. For anybody watching, Cassie chose to take the stand because she could have easily got out of this. These are extenuating circumstances. I'm 9 months pregnant. You actually think I'm gonna go up here and talk about niggas peeing in my mouth and I'm about to have a goddamn baby and my husband is sitting there staring at me? She could have easily got out of it. She wanted to say all this shit. So that's the first thing. Cassie is a terrible person, but that does not mean that Diddy is an angel. I'm saying that Diddy is a terrible person and Cassie is a terrible person. Okay? So to all you cornballs in the chat, I am not saying Diddy is innocent. I'm saying Diddy is a piece of crap. And also, Cassie is a piece of crap. So can we proceed without you saying stupid shit in the chat? Let's go. And if you want me to see your comment, make sure to put it in the super chat. And if you want to contribute to the channel, Cash App is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Cash App is $AARON 1000. AARON 1000. And don't forget the $.
When he found out she was pregnant, he said, "You will be a great mother. God bless you." And Cassie replied, "Thank you. God bless you." They said after Cassie texts back, Diddy dropped a tear face emoji and said, "You were always my ride or die." They went on to talk again about why Cassie stayed. She said because of the career, the love, and the success. She said she got to work with artists like Kid Cudi, Lil Wayne, Nicki Minaj, Rick Ross, and she wasn't trying to pass that up. She then brought Nicki Minaj up. She said her and Nicki had a talk, and Nicki encouraged Cassie to stay with Diddy. She was like, "Do you know how many girls would kill to be in a position that you're in?"
Yep.
She told Cassie, "This is all a part of the game."
See what I'm saying? Other female stars were going to Cassie and was telling Cassie, like, girl, you better be quiet. You better stop complaining. Everybody, all of us get our ass whooped. All of us gets our ass whoops. Like, well, all of us be getting our ass whooped. Just shut up and just, like you're in a great position. You already can't sing. You already can't dance. You ain't got no goddamn talent. Be this man's girlfriend and shut up. That's what Nicki Minaj said. You're in a great position. Shut up. Stop whining. And which means all of this was a choice. All of this was a choice.
You gotta stop complaining and just know that you're blessed. So then after this, Don Richards introduced to the stand. Diddy's lawyer asked if she ever witnessed a time that Diddy got violent with Cassie. She said, yeah, that she witnessed a time where Diddy was kicking Cassie in the face. Like this man was playing soccer. She said there was a time in 2009 when they were recording and he beat the brakes off of Cassie. Like, where the F is my food? She testified that he grabbed a skillet with eggs in it and tried to hit Cassie upside the head with it. She said Cassie then dropped to the floor and curled up in the fetal position. Cassie was being dragged by Diddy, glass was breaking, and she said she didn't intervene or say anything. And she didn't call the police because she was scared. She said the next...
All right, so we know all this. Let's get into this dumb broad right here.
Cassie was like, I don't want to talk about it. Over here's us talking about it. People could go missing. And that was the end of day 5. She'll be back on the stand tomorrow.
That she threatened to kill them. Oh, wow.
But Mark, not only she threatened to kill him, Joe, she said, no, I will have you killed. No one will know that it was like she went into it.
Yeah.
Y'all hear that, right? This is what Cassie said to the escort. Cassie was allegedly abusing the escorts. Cassie would get beat up by Diddy, and she would go beat up the escorts to take out her frustration of getting beat up by Diddy. she would beat up the escorts. There's a escort named Clayton Howard who released a statement to the feds saying that Cassie used to abuse him, but it wasn't just this guy. Back up a little bit.
Cassie was like, I don't want to talk about it. Over here's us talking about it. People could go missing. And that was the end of day 5. She'll be back on the stand tomorrow.
That she threatened to kill them. Oh, wow.
But Mark, not only she threatened to kill him, Joe, she said, no, I will have you killed.
I will have
no
you
one
killed.
will know
Yeah.
that I, like, it was like she went into it.
Yeah. There'll be no blood on my hands. I've never done this before, but
It's almost like she's gonna kill.
I think that makes Puff look bad now.
Okay, so let me.
Wait.
And here, well,
Wait, time out, Mark.
I think it makes them both look bad.
I'm sorry. I'm not saying it doesn't make her look bad, but, but I'm saying because she's not on trial, I'm saying I don't think that helps Puff's defense.
I want to.
All right, listen to this dumbass woman. Shout out to Melissa Ford. She's an idiot and she's a feminist. And no matter what a woman does, she's going to stand up and cap and cape for women. So listen to this stupid ass shit that you heard this right here, right? She threatened to unalive an escort, right? And she literally said, I never did it before, but you will never be found again, right? So watch what this dumbass woman says.
I want to make a distressed Cassie screaming at a friend who said that he had seen a video of her performing sex.
So right here, she is not reading the transcript. They called her out. This is not the transcript. She wrote something out on her phone to change the narrative of how Cassie dealt with the. So think about this. She's literally saying she's a victim, but the victim is victimizing the escort. She's trying to, what she's reading, she's changing the narrative because she rewrote what the goddamn transcript said. Same stupid shit that that Tisa Tell be doing to make it look like, to change the narrative, to make it look like that Cassie was a victim, even though she was threatening to unalive another person. Like, how dumb can you be? But this is what these feminist ass women fucking be doing. This shit is crazy. No matter what a woman does, she's a victim. She's literally going to victimize a woman while she's threatening to kill a person. Shit is crazy. Look.
It's almost like she's gonna. I think that makes Puff look bad now.
Okay, so let me.
Wait, time out, Mark.
I think it makes them both look bad.
I'm sorry. I'm not saying it doesn't make her look bad, but, but I'm saying because she's not on trial, I'm saying I don't think that helps Puff's defense.
I want to make a distressed Cassie screaming at a friend who said that he had.
That's her words. A distressed Cassie scream. Listen, this is how she emphasizes words.
Had seen a video of her performing sex acts, so it's not even including this friend in the video. He just says he has it. In the recording made by Cassie, who recorded herself in 2013, the man claimed to have the video on his phone. Cassie is heard pleading to see the video and then threatening to kill him if it became public. I've never
pleading, trying to make her a victim, pleading for her life type shit.
Killed anyone in my life, but I will kill you, is what she said. She didn't say anything about I'll have somebody else do it. At least it doesn't say that.
Yes, she did. You're lying.
Here, Cassie told the man, punctuating her threats with profanity.
Well, in another transcript, it does say that.
In another transcript, it said, that is not a transcript. She rewrote the goddamn transcript to make it look like even though she's trying to do something to somebody else, she's still a goddamn victim. And that's what these feminist ass damn women be doing, y'all.
We need to fact check that.
Okay, yeah.
Because you're not reading from a transcript.
No, I mean, it's words matter in terms of how we.
Well, words matter. Why the hell are you trying to change the goddamn narrative of the whole situation, stupid? You changed the goddamn narrative. She was screaming. She was pleading for him not to release the tape. At the same time, she's trying to unalive a goddamn person. Her stupid ass is literally saying words matter, but she changed the words to make them matter differently. These goddamn women, bro. I can't wait for them to get rid of Melissa Ford ass. And it's happening. They already like getting rid of this broad. I can't wait for them to get rid of this dumb broad on this show.
That here, Cassie told the man punctuating her threats with profanity.
Well, in another transcript, it does say
Yeah, I
that.
saw the transcript.
We need to
Fair
fact check
enough.
that.
Okay, yeah.
Because you're not reading from a transcript.
No, I mean it's words matter in terms of how we tell.
If words matter, I need you to shut the fuck up, then, because you're lying with your words.
The story, you know, so Joe's version versus how I just read that, you'll hear it two different ways.
No. Joe's version is the fucking transcript, you stupid idiot. Your version is a lie. She's literally saying it right here. You idiot. Words matter. Well, why are you making up some shit to make? She's on a huge platform, just like Tisa Tales is on a huge platform, and both of these women are making up dumb shit in order to change a narrative and paint Cassie out to be a goddamn victim. Both of them are doing the same shit. Tisa Tales and Melissa Ford are doing the same exact goddamn shit. Why? Feminism.
That here, Cassie told the man punctuating her threats with profanity.
Well, in another transcript, it does say
Yeah, I
that.
saw the transcript.
We need to fact check
Fair
that.
enough. Okay, yeah.
Because you're not reading from a transcript.
No, I mean it's words matter in terms of how we tell the story, you know. So Joe's version versus how I just read that, you'll hear it two different ways. You'll hear a woman who is.
But you're doing this though. You're making it sound different ways. Read the fucking transcript and stop making up shit. If words matter.
Terrified of the world seeing her in that position, knowing that she had no real control as to whether or not it was even filmed.
And that will take.
She's terrified of the world finding out that she's a whore. So she threatens to unalive a person. You see how she does? She's terrified of the world finding you out. But you're willing to kill a person? This broad here, this freaking broad, I can't wait till they get rid of this goddamn broad. This shit is crazy. Am I wrong, y'all? Am I too harsh, y'all? Let me know in the chat. Am I crazy? What's up, brown sugar? Am I wrong?
In that position, knowing that she had no real control as to whether or not it was even filmed.
And that will take her fate in her own hands and kill the person that put her in that position.
I mean, but how many... That here, Cassie told the man punctuating her threat. In that position, knowing that she had no real... In that position, knowing that she had no real control as to whether or not it was even filmed.
And that will take her fate in her own hands and kill the person that put her in that position.
I mean, but how many... But how many times... That here, Cassie told the man punctuating her threats with profanity.
Well, in another transcript, it does say
Yeah, I
that.
saw the transcript.
We need to fact check
Fair
that.
enough. Okay, yeah.
Because you're not reading from a transcript.
No, I mean it's words matter in terms of how we tell the story, you know. So Joe's version versus how I just read that, you'll hear it two
The transcript is the only version, stupid.
different ways. You'll hear a woman who is terrified of the world seeing her.
She's terrified of the world's... Bro.
Her in that position, knowing that she had no real control as to whether or not it was even filmed.
And that will take her fate in her own hands and kill the person that put her in that position.
I mean, but how many times have
She's about to justify the shit. She's about to justify killing somebody.
have you been angry with somebody and you just say, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking kill you" or something like that?
That's
You know?
different than I'm gonna have you killed. Here's how I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, that's very different.
Cassie's fucked up.
Bro, be careful of the females you listen to, because some of them are as stupid as Melissa Ford. Painting a woman out to be a goddamn victim after threatening to use your boyfriend's power to kill a person simply because they have a tape and you're in distress because you don't want nobody to see the tape, but you did the tape. You are a hoe. You did the freak offs. You let niggas pee in your mouth and you want to murder somebody because you let somebody pee in your goddamn mouth. How about you just don't let nobody pee in your mouth and tape it? You ain't got to worry about nobody putting the tape out. What are you talking about? Bro, this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. These women are nuts, bro. And then she turns around. How many times have you said, I'll kill you if you... No, I never. Never. I've never threatened to kill somebody. Never. How many times have you ever said, you get so mad, you say you want to get... Never. I've never threatened to unalive another person. Ever. Ladies, have y'all ever gotten so mad where you threaten to unalive another person or threaten to get your boyfriend to unalive another person? Ladies, have you ever threatened to unalive another person or got another person, your boyfriend, your brother, or whoever to unalive? Never. I never heard of that.
Tell the story, so Joe's version versus how I just read that, you'll hear it two different ways. Wow. You'll hear a woman who is terrified of the world seeing her in that position, knowing that she had no real control as to whether or not it was even filmed.
And that will take her fate in her own hands and kill the person that put her in that position.
I mean, but how many times have you been angry with somebody and you just say, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking kill you" or something like that?
That's different than have you killed you, so I'm gonna do it. Yeah, that's very different.
Even, okay, this was crazy. Dimple Young said she has said, I will unalive you. But did you ever say, I'm gonna have you unalived? I'm gonna put a hit on you. Who says that?
Cassie was fucked up, but she was going to leverage the power that she had by being with Puff.
It also reinforces that she was very attracted to that and she used it when she needed it.
No doubt. But again, and if
she was attracted to a man like Diddy, and she utilizes Diddy's power to abuse other people, to threaten other people. So because you're with this powerful man, you feel powerful yourself. Like I said, Cassie is a baby Sean Combs. Her name is Sean Cassie or Cassie Combs. She's the same demon that Diddy is.
On trial, I think you might be able to get her on a RICO trial, baby. I don't know.
Well, she wouldn't be on trial because
she ain't gonna be on one, right?
But in the RICO trial, she didn't have immunity. What Willie D is saying that she should be co-defendants.
I think it's Puff asked her when she wanted the next sex encounter to be, and she replied, "I'm always ready to freak off." He liked it, and then she responded, "Me too. I just want it to be uncontrollable." And so the defense is going to try to say that that's evidence that there was no coercion, that there was no control, that she just is a freak like him. Enforcement of the imprisoned life that she was forced to lead.
Oh my God!
That she just said some things.
You see this goddamn woman? Everything that comes out her mouth. The enforcement of the imprisoned life. Yes, yeah, Cassie is a baby diddler. The enforcement of this imprisoned life. These women will justify another woman's disgusting behavior until they die. We got to get rid of we got to get these women off of social media. We got to get these women off of social media because they are part of the problem. Women who justify other women's devious, terrible, disgusting behavior, but then turn around and call men narcissists, call men misogynists, call men abusers, when women are also the cheaters, the abusers, the narcissists. This shit is disgusting.
To get along because you want to make your captor happy. You don't want to piss them off, kind of thing.
They named a lot of times where she wasn't captive though.
I think that what people need to understand of what captivity actually looks like.
It's difficult to say.
Why do you want to explain what captivity looks like? We're not talking about a fucking tiger in a zoo, ma'am. We're not talking about tigers in a fucking zoo. But even a tiger in a zoo will eat your ass if you try to free it. Think about that. Even a tiger in a zoo will eat you if you try to free it. So sometimes when you're in captivity, it's because you enjoy being in captivity. Do you know that tigers in zoos don't have to hunt for their food? They get fed 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day. They can just walk around and just enjoy their lives. Just like Cassie. See, when Cassie left captivity, she had to go live with her mama. When Cassie left captivity, she had to go live with her mama. Her and her husband lived in Connecticut with her mama. So she left captivity to go live in poverty.
Always ready to freak off. He liked it, and then she responded, "Me too. I just want it to be uncontrollable." And so the defense is going to try to say that that's evidence that there was no coercion, that there was no control, that she just is a freak like him.
Enforcement of the imprisoned life that she was forced to lead. That
like who in the world? I totally understand why don't nobody want Melissa Ford, because she's an idiot. The way she talks would drive me nuts. I wouldn't even fuck Melissa Ford because I would have to have at least one conversation with this dumbass woman in order to fuck. And I would just walk out. The stupid shit she says, the way her brain works, I would literally just walk out on Melissa Ford. I don't want to see her naked. I'm done. I'm out. So June says, I'm a woman, but damn, women can talk everything into pieces. I wish they would take their words for what they are. Exactly. This shit is crazy. These goddamn women, man. The justification of another person's behavior is what women do, not men. Men be like, yo, I don't like what you're doing. I'm out. We may not beat the person up, call the police, but we will pull away and, be like, yo, I'm not going to be seen in public with you because you trash. But women, they gonna be like, yes, girl, do it, girl. Yes, girl, put them on child support, girl. Call the police on them, girl. Yes, girl, put them in jail, girl. And be right by their goddamn side, justifying all the goddamn woman's behavior. This shit is disgusting.
she just said some things to get along because you want to make your captor happy. You don't want to piss them off, kind of thing.
They named a lot of times where she wasn't captive, though.
I think that what people need to understand of.
Look how frustrated she. I think what you got to understand. Why are you getting frustrated with the truth, ma'am?
What captivity actually looks like.
It's difficult to say that, what y'all are saying, when she eventually ended up not only escaping, but escaping with one of the handlers and paid with Puff's credit card.
Okay.
Exactly. She was with the first dude. What's his name? The first dude. The first guy that she was with when she was a model. She was with him. I forgot his name. Tell me his name in the chat. She was with him and she was a model. She was with him, and next thing you know, Ryan Leslie. Thank you. She was with Ryan Leslie, and then she leaves Ryan Leslie for Diddy. Now they're together, right? She repeatedly cheats on Diddy while she's in a relationship, because I showed you that. Diddy would grab her phone and run out the door and check her phone and find out that she's messing with this athlete. She's messing with this guy. She's messing with that guy. Then she leaves. No, then she leaves Diddy and gets with her. No, I'm sorry. And then she starts fucking her personal trainer. No, even before that, she goes to another country to film a movie. Tell me what the name of the movie is. Y'all know the name of the movie. Sunshine, some shit. It was like something. You know, it was about her. It was about dancing or some shit. Something about dancing. I forgot the name of the movie. She went. It's like a one-word movie. What was the movie that Cassie played in? Step Up or either Honey. She filmed Honey. She went to another country to film Honey. Then she started fucking Michael B. Jordan. So she leaves Ryan Leslie to get with Diddy, starts cheating on him with athletes. Then Diddy sets her up to film, to be in a movie, Honey 3, starts fucking Michael B. Jordan. Diddy finds out, threatens Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan pulls away. And then after that, she starts fucking Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi pulls away because Diddy blows up her car. But Diddy is a big bad wolf. But she is the one that's fucking all these people. But she's an innocent little flower, right? And then she starts fucking her personal trainer that Diddy is paying. She starts fucking her personal trainer. And they would have just been fucking and that would have been it. But the personal trainer fell in love with Cassie. But she's not a hoe though, right? She's not a hoe, right? Diddy is the problem, right? This is what, in the testimony, she done fucked 6 different dudes since she was with Diddy. What the hell? Oh, thank you, Michelle. Yes. And she fucked Drake. Thank you. We're going to go back to this video. Hold on. I got the video of Diddy, of her fucking Drake. Where is it? I hope I didn't erase it. I erased it. I freaking erased it, y'all. Yeah, I did a whole video about yep. I erased it. I could put it back on my phone though. But yeah, she started fucking Drake. And Drake actually tried to murk Drake. I mean, Diddy tried to unalive Drake. And Drake started hanging out with the guys on the West Coast. And the guys on the West Coast literally protected Drake from getting unalived. But she fought Drake, Kid Cudi, Michael B. Jordan, different athletes. And then when she left Drake, I mean, then after cheating on Diddy 1,000,000 times, she ends up fucking her personal trainer, which is the guy she's with now. He falls in love with her like a cornball. And then they are now together. This bitch starts cheating on him with Diddy. So she keeps cheating on Diddy with all these different people. Then she leaves Diddy for her personal trainer that he was paying for, and then starts cheating on the personal trainer with Diddy. But Diddy is a monster. The only monster. Huh? And then she's so much of a piece of shit when she gets caught cheating on her now husband with Diddy. She turns around and said, he R-worded me. I'm a victim. Oh my God, he R-worded me. And he's like, oh my God, he R-worded you? Yes. And then what does she do next? She goes back over there and fucks him again. She goes back over there and fucks him again. That was in the testimony. So this is not hearsay. She said it out of her own mouth. These goddamn women, bro. These goddamn women. This shit is crazy.
It's tough to paint you as someone that was trapped when we're going to throw all these instances where you seemingly were away and you left for good. So if you were able to leave for good at one point, then what happened at all these other points of exit?
After Diddy and Cassie broke up in 2018, they kept in contact and kept exchanging pleasant messages with each other, including a message where he told her that she's going to make a beautiful mother. Cassie responded.
Remember, she's going to make a beautiful mother. That means she is pregnant with Alex Fine's baby. Some goofballs are out here lying, saying that he did not cheat with her when she was with Alex Fine. Do y'all see that, right? She's pregnant with the Alex Fine's baby, and she's still communicating with Diddy. Keep that in mind. I'm showing you the timeline. She's pregnant with this man's baby and still was fucking Diddy.
That they should have closure, and then he told her that she was always his ride or die and one of the greatest women in the world. Cassie told Diddy that message blew her mind a bit, and that she doesn't hate him, never has, and that she wouldn't be at this beautiful point in her life if she hadn't been with him. The defense attorney then seems to suggest that Cassie was having some financial troubles before she sued Diddy, noting that her husband, and her children had all moved in with her parents in Connecticut, which was a relatively modest house. But Cassie said it had nothing to do with money troubles, and they were just relocating from LA to the East Coast.
Y'all hear that, right? Y'all hear that, right? She was living with her mama. She left Diddy and got with a personal trainer, and they was living with her mama. Not even his mama, her mama. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all. We still got tweets. I wanted the tweets to catch up with us. So we about to get into these tweets in a second.
He told her that she's going to make a beautiful mother. Cassie responded that they should have closure, and then he told her that she was always his ride or die and one of the greatest women in the world. Cassie told Diddy that message blew her mind a bit, and that she doesn't hate him, never has, and that she wouldn't be at this beautiful point in her life if she hadn't been with him. The defense attorney then seems to suggest that Cassie was having some financial troubles before she sued Diddy, noting that her husband, and her children had all moved in with her parents in Connecticut, which was a relatively modest house. But Cassie said it had nothing to do with money troubles, and they were just relocating from LA to the East Coast. The attorney then went on to question why Cassie canceled her Australia and New Zealand tour that she had been planning after she reached the $20 million settlement with Diddy. But Cassie again says that this had nothing to do with the money. Nearing the end of the cross-examination, the defense seemingly tries to drive home the point that this case is not about trafficking or RICO. It's really about domestic violence, and he drives that point home by having Cassie read a post that she made on her Instagram after the Intercontinental Hotel video was released. In that...
All right, so let's get to these tweets, and we'll come back to what she's about to say. Okay, let's go. Carrie Morgan. Sometimes I would call fifth. Oh, Carrie Morgan is on the stand now? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Something. Breaking news. Everybody drop breaking news in the chat. Everybody drop breaking news in the comments. Everybody drop breaking news in the comments. If you're watching right now, type breaking news in the comments. Type breaking news in the comments. Drop breaking news in the comments. Okay. U.S. government calls Carrie Morgan. Let me make sure I know who Carrie Morgan. Who is Carrie Morgan in connection to Diddy and Cassie? Okay, just making sure. Carrie Morgan is Cassie's best friend or ex-best friend. Let's see what happens. Let's see what Carrie says. So remember, Cassie didn't say nothing bad about Diddy. Let's see if Carrie is going to say the things that Cassie refused to say. This is breaking news. Carrie Morgan is on the stand. Here we go. The government calls Carrie Morgan. Where do you live? Carrie Morgan, Los Angeles. Who is this photo? They show a photo. Carrie Morgan says, Cassie Ventura. Government, what is your relationship? Carrie Morgan, we were best friends. Her boyfriend assaulted me, which is Diddy. And the reason why they fell out is because Cassie was okay with Diddy assaulting her. I want you to think about that. Former friend. Why are they no longer friends? Because this bitch let her boyfriend beat my ass. Another indication that Cassie is a piece of shit. Do y'all see what's going on? Her best friend was like, yo, you let your boyfriend just beat me up and you don't do nothing about it? Cassie's a piece of shit to her own friends. I can't wait for Cassie's mama to take that goddamn stand. Cassie is a piece of shit. All right. Carrie Morgan is going to tell everything. God damn it. A break again. Okay. All right. Hold on. All right. So they come back from the break. My eyes hurt because I'm running the ceiling fan. Okay. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Okay. Government, how did Mr. Combs act after he beat her ass, I guess? How did Mr. Combs act? Carrie Morgan, he would yell at Cassie. She lost her confidence big time, lost her spark. Government, did Mr. Combs talk down to Cassie? Morgan says yes. After about her looks, who she talked to, and everything. Government, did he contact you looking for her? Morgan, he contacted me a lot looking for her. Government, did you travel with Cassie and Mr. Combs? Carrie Morgan, yes. Different places. Government, what drugs did Mr. Combs provide? Morgan, Molly, marijuana, ecstasy. Government, which did Combs take? Morgan, all. Drop popcorn emojis in the chat. Drop popcorn emojis in the chat. Drop popcorn emojis in the chat and say breaking news in the chat also. This proves the state's case. Facts. Exactly. Say breaking news in the comments. Everybody say breaking news in the comments. Say breaking news in the comments. Say breaking news in the comments. This provides the state's case. This proves the state's case. Facts. Exactly. All right, let's keep going. Which drugs did he take? All of them. Did you take drugs alone with Cassie? Morgan says opiates. So remember, Cassie is or has been addicted to all kinds of drugs. She's doing some type of neurotherapy to get away from the drugs. All right, government. What did Mr. Combs do to Cassie? Morgan, he kicked her. Government, what did she do? Morgan, nothing. I told Ruben to do something. He indicated that he wouldn't. Government, then what? Morgan, we left the house. Cassie and I were hiding by someone's front steps. Hiding by someone's front steps. And the next time, Morgan in Jamaica, I saw him drag her by her hair. I ran back to get my purse and phones so we could leave. Government, what did you see next? Morgan, I thought she was knocked out. Damn. Then she got up and ran into a wood area. Damn, she just ran into the woods. So do y'all see that Carrie Morgan is showing Diddy as this terrible monster? But do you see that it takes these other people to paint Diddy out to be a monster and not Cassie? Dawn Richards came up and talked about the kitchen incident. Carrie Morgan is talking about a lot of different instances. But did Cassie do it? No, because Cassie was paid to shut up. All right. We got more. What about the incident at Comstock? That's an apartment complex. What about the incident at Comstock? Carrie Morgan. Cassie came back with a hoodie covering her face. Then Sean came and tried to get in, hitting the door with a hammer. I called D-Rock. United government. Did he get in? Morgan, no. Then the police came. What happened? Carrie Morgan. Cassie wouldn't show them her ID. Nothing happened. They left a card. Oh, the police left a card. Government, read this message. Did you send an attachment? Morgan, yes. A photo of the card the detective left. Government, Combs ever assault you? Did Combs ever assault Carrie Morgan? Carrie Morgan, yes. He hit me with a wood coat hanger. Damn. And choked me. That's what Carrie Morgan said. Government, where did the hanger hit you? Morgan, behind my right ear. Government, what did he express concern about? Morgan, who Cassie was cheating on him with. You see, she keeps cheating on this man. And I'm not saying Diddy is innocent or Diddy is a good guy or anything. I'm just showing you that Cassie is just as bad as Diddy is. That's all I'm saying. Let's keep going. Why did you speak about it? Carrie Morgan, Ryan, Sean's old assistant. Oh, who did you speak to about it? Okay. Ryan, Diddy's old assistant. Government, what did he do? Morgan, nothing. Shrugs. I have not spoken with Cassie since. That part right there. I have not spoken to Cassie since. Why? Because you are okay with this man, which is your boyfriend, beating my ass. Are you crazy? I'm not going to put up with this shit. I'm not in a relationship with Diddy. You are. And he keeps beating your ass and you keep going back. And now he beat my ass. I'm out of here. And you ain't going to do nothing about him beating my ass? F you, Cassie. Her own friend. Let her mama take this goddamn stand. I can't goddamn wait. This woman is a piece of shit. All right. So that is it as of now.
Post, Cassie wrote, quote, domestic violence is the issue. And then the last thing the defense attorney has Cassie read is a text exchange from 2012. So before they were broken up, where Diddy told her he wanted to, quote, F-O one last time. Cassie replies, what? Diddy says, you can't read. And then Cassie replies, I don't want to F-O for the last time. I want it to be the first time for the rest of our lives. Which, of course, is them trying to show jurors that Cassie was a willing and consenting party to everything she was doing. Right. The government then gets back up to do redirect, and they finish off that text exchange that the defense attorney ended with. The rest of that message continued on with Cassie saying, quote, I want to see you, but I'm emotional right now. I don't want to do one last time. I'd rather not do it at all.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Let's see. I'm about to bring in some new updated information. But so we're going to do a quick commercial break, and I got some new information to share with y'all after this. Hit the like button.
How about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, Meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play deeper discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deep.
No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. We are not eating lunch yet. Not yet. Not yet. We still are going. Do not go anywhere. I'm just playing a commercial, y'all.
Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend, a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna get
really
wore out.
Durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.
See, I need to play more commercials. Y'all think when I play a commercial, that means I'm finna go. I need to play more commercials. All right, here's more information. Here we go.
Disclose the abuse you'd seen. I was told not to. Day 6 of the Diddy trial, with Dawn Richard gives the rest of her testimony. Full transcript of part 2. Let's get into it, family. When we drove back to LA, he slapped Cassie in the mouth and told her to shut the F up. How did the passengers respond? We stayed silent the rest of the ride. I asked myself, if he did that to someone he supposedly loved, what'd he do to an employee? So I'd approach Mr. Combs with softness. Did you try to intervene in the relationship? No, for my own safety. Do you see Mr. Combs using yes? Let me cover that up. Y'all see what it says?
Drugs.
Opiates? That I never saw. Who brought the one stop? He had it all, including Plan B, birth control. Did you see Mr. Combs with yes, hand on his lower back? Who ass had security, D-Rock, and Bonds? What did you do after Bad Boy? Sing. Whenever I got momentum, I'd get a FaceTime from him. How would you speak to him? Very soft. I'd always call him bro. Why did you not disclose the abuse you'd seen? I was told not to by Mr. Combs and Harvey P. When did you speak out? 2024. I saw Miss Ventura take the stand and tell the truth. Objection. Sustained. Did you see Miss Ventura file a civil lawsuit and then file...
Actually, hold on a second, y'all. Because this is a lot.
Information to share with y'all after this.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Yes. You are.
This is some really good information. Hold on. Give me a second. Let's do this. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. I'm going to put this on a big screen because this is a lot. I got updated information, so that means more breaking news. I got more breaking news. I'm going to bring this y'all so y'all can see it instead of it being on my phone. So give me 30 seconds. 9407. So everybody drop breaking news in the chat. Drop breaking news in the chat. Drop breaking news in the comments. All right, here we go. Drop breaking news in the comments. Breaking news in the comments. All right, because I want y'all to hear this better.
Of the Diddy trial, with Dawn Richard gives the rest of her testimony. Full transcript of part 2. Let's get into it, family. When we drove back to LA, he slapped Cassie in the mouth and told her to shut the F up. How did the passengers respond? We stayed silent the rest of the ride. I asked myself, if he did that to someone he supposedly loved, what'd he do to an employee? So I'd approach Mr. Combs with softness. Did you try to intervene in the relationship? No, for my own safety. Do you see Mr. Combs using yes? Let me cover that up. Y'all see what it says? Opiates? That I never saw. Who brought the one stop? He had it all, including Plan B, birth control. Did you see Mr. Combs with yes, hand on his lower back? Who ass had security, D-Rock, and Bonds? What did you do after Bad Boy? Sing. Whenever I got momentum, I'd get a FaceTime from him. How would you speak to him? Very soft. I'd always call him bro. Why did you not disclose the abuse you'd seen? I was told not to by Mr. Combs and Harvey P. When did you speak out? 2024. I saw Miss Ventura take the stand and tell the truth. Objection. Sustained. Did you see Miss Ventura file a civil lawsuit and then file your own? Yes. You are aware there's a motion to dismiss your lawsuit? I have several lawyers. You sat with the prosecutors and your allegations have changed. I have been consistent. You testified he attempted to hit her about the eggs and Miss Ventura dropped down in a fetal position, right? Yes. Did you ever say you heard a pan hit the wall you didn't see? I don't recall. Would you agree with me that it has been hard for you to keep your story straight with respect to this egg incident? I told it as close as I could. The day after, you say Mr. Combs said people go missing? Yes. Let's go to your interview on March 18, 2025. You did not say anything about Mr. Combs told you people go missing. I don't recall that. No worries, I'm going to show you a document for the parties only. Isn't it true the first time you said this was a week ago? Would you like me to show you your previous interviews? I know what I said. You said Mr. Combs made a death threat. One that you didn't recall 7 times. Let's move to an alleged incident before the Central Park concert. You are aware there was a camera crew, not in the bathroom. You were filmed in the park. Are you aware if the video has been turned over? No. You didn't tell the prosecutors about. You saw at Diddy's house, they didn't ask. You never saw Mr. Combs pull and wave it around, load, or cock it. He just had it. Did you tell the government you never saw Mr. Combs do? I don't recall. Your testimony has changed on quite a few things. As time progresses, I remember more. You saw One Stop sell, you saw him take the money? Yes. All right, 1 second.
So One Stop is the dealer, the person that they're going to for drugs. His name is One Stop.
Yeah. Didn't you tell the government you never saw anyone pay him? So you lied, right? No. It was you who reached out to Mr. Combs to work with him again. Yes. But he had threatened you, right? You asked him to work with you again? Yes. Okay. The songs you released on your own have not reached the level of what you released with Danny the Kane and Diddy Dirty Money, right? True. And you reach out to Mr. Combs to try to make more money, right? Yes. Why did you file your civil lawsuit? When I worked for Sean Combs, I had no sleep, the conditions. In every meeting with the government, did you say that to Mr. Combs beat Miss Ventura? Yes. Why'd you reach out to Mr. Combs? Wanted the judge on making the band Lorianne Gibson, I wanted to reach out. How often would you hear from Mr. Combs after?
And remember, this is Don Richards' testimony.
You left Diddy Dirty Money. Sporadic. Why did you reach out? To help Kalina Harper? No further question. You admit you reached out to Mr. Combs to re-engage. You claim only to have a relationship with Lorianne Gibson. But if got back together, you'd have to see more Mr. Combs, right? Yes. You sued for money, right? For justice. But the suit asked for money, right? Yes. No further questions.
Dion says Biggie would be alive if Diddy listened to Gene. Diddy tried to unalive him. Why would he listen to Gene? It was Diddy's plan. What are you talking about? If Diddy listened to Gene, Diddy wanted him gone. What are you talking about?
And that is the end of Dawn Richard's testimony.
All right, so I got more breaking news.
Dawn Richard, when she is on the stand, I would not want to be here because what they are doing right now is they are highlighting a lot of inconsistencies in her testimony.
Wait. It's too much music. Nope. Nope.
It's day 6 of the Diddy trial, and Dawn Richard is now giving her cross-examination testimony against Diddy. And let me tell you, this one is a little bit rough, but with cross-examinations, they want to try to make out that somebody is lying about what they're trying to say. So just always keep that in mind. Diddy's lawyer starts out saying, "You are aware that there is a motion to dismiss your lawsuit. I have some. I remember more. You saw One Stop's."
All right, so we watched that.
Hey y'all, let's get into the cross-examination. Dawn Richard has been back on the stand this morning for day 6 of the Diddy trial. Now, Judge Subramanian, witness, asking, would you agree it's been hard to keep your story the same, referencing the egg incident?
All right, so we got that. All right, so we are updated on everything as of now.
By the government, Cassie clarifies the reason she canceled her tour. She says it's because she was overwhelmed after filing her lawsuit. She says that choosing to do it publicly was overwhelming and she wanted to be home with her family and kids. The prosecutor then asks her, would she give the $20 million back if she hadn't had to do the freak-offs? And Cassie responded, I'd give that money back if I never had to do the FOs. She then burst into tears saying, if I never had to have FOs, I would have had agency and autonomy, and I wouldn't have had to work so hard to get it back. Cassie admits that she was open to doing FOs in the beginning, but as time passed, she told Diddy more than once that she did not want to do them anymore. Cassie.
All right, so with jury out for lunch, the arguments continue. Judge, what's your best citation to try to get this evidence in? Government, just a bunch of legal numbers. I ain't gonna say that because nobody knows what that means. Judge, I'll look at them and I'll come back. Combs, Agnifilio, I haven't seen this before. You need to get something to eat. Break. Let's see what happened. Carrie Morgan, I would show. Okay. All right. So they are either at lunch. I think they're going to go into like 4:30. So they are at lunch right now. So let's see. Put a 1 in the chat if you would like to come up and share your opinion on all this. Real quick, put a 1 in the chat if you would like to come up, if you want to share your opinion on this. I would love to have y'all up. So y'all got to hurry up. Let me know if y'all would like to come up and share your opinion on everything, whether it's Dawn, whether it's Cassie, whether it's Diddy, or whether it's Diddy's best friend, Carrie Morgan. So put a 1 in the chat if you would like to come up and share your opinion on this. All right. Put a 1 in the chat. You would like to share your opinion on this. I'll bring y'all up. Did she call the police? And guess who's suing? Of course they ain't call the police. They want some damn money. And I'm not mad at them. You know, get your money. So I'll drop the StreamYard link for the people that said they want to come up. But hurry up. So I'm waiting on somebody to come up to share their opinion on the case.
She says she was scared for her safety, her career, and that Diddy wouldn't love her anymore if she told him no to the FOs. The defense gets up and does another round of recross, asking Cassie if she knew having FOs were a part of being Diddy's girlfriend, to which she said she did learn that over time. And then the defense highlights there were benefits to being Diddy's girlfriend. She got to stand next to him at the Met Gala. She got access to producers. She worked with other celebrities like Kid Cudi, Nicki Minaj, Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, and Pusha T. And then the defense gets out a bit of new information. The attorney asks Cassie if she received a settlement with the Intercontinental Hotel regarding the assault. Cassie says that for $10 million, maybe. Through more questioning, it seems like that settlement was agreed the week before trial started. On the last round of redirect from the prosecutors, they asked Cassie why she kept her devices with everything that was on them, and she responded that she was scared because of what was on them, so she never took them to the Apple Store. And with that, Cassie is excused from the witness stand. Following her testimony, her attorney read a statement from her.
This week has been extremely challenging, but also remarkably empowering and healing for me. I hope that my testimony has given strength and a voice to other survivors and can help others who have suffered to speak up and also heal from abuse and fear. For me, the more I heal, the more I can remember. And the more I can remember, the more I will never forget. I want to thank my family and my advocates for their unwavering support, and I'm grateful for all the kindness and encouragement that I have received. I am glad to put this chapter of my life to rest. As I turn to focus on the conclusion of my pregnancy, I ask for privacy for me and for my growing family.
And then the attorney read a statement from Cassie's husband, Alex Fine.
5 days, the world has gotten to witness the strength and bravery of my wife, freeing herself of her past. There has been speculation online surrounding how it must feel for me to sit there and listen to my wife's testimony. I have felt so many things sitting there. I have felt tremendous pride and overwhelming love for Cass. I have felt profound anger that she has been subjected to sitting in front of a person who tried to break her. So, to him and all of those who helped him along the way, please know this: you did not. You did not break her spirit nor her smile that lights up every room. You did not break the souls of a mother who gives the best hugs and plays the silliest games with our little girls. You did not break the woman who has made me a better man.
Agent from Homeland Security. He participated in the arrest of Diddy at Park Hyatt Hotel in 2024 by taking pictures of items that were found in his room. Some of those pictures included baby oil, a lighting device for mood lighting, as well as some bags with pink powder, which tested positive for MDMA and ketamine. And then Dawn Richard is called to the stand. Dawn, of course, was a cast member on Diddy's MTV show, Making the Band. She was also in the group Danity Kane, which came from Making the Band. And then she joined Diddy's Dirty Money. She tells jurors that she worked for Diddy from 2004 until 2011. On the stand, Dawn recalled a time in 2009 when she was at Diddy's house to record, and he, quote, came downstairs screaming, belligerent, asking where his food was, and proceeding to hit her being Cassie.
All right, so we always seen that. We already heard that. All right, so I am going to also break for lunch and come back and do a separate live stream. So I'm going to end this stream, but make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell if you have not already. I am going to come right back on live, most likely in another 45 minutes. Maybe. It depends on what they do. So I want to see what they got going on, because it may not be nothing, but I don't know. But I'm going to start, digging and find out exactly what's going on, because a lot of people are sharing information about what's going on. So I'll come right back and okay, get on live when you come back. Yeah, Dion, I was waiting on you to come on. So I'm gonna head out and I'll just come back because I was waiting on you. Come on, Dion. All right, talk to y'all later.
How about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time. Hey, how about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend, a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna get
really
wore out.
Durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.